My name is Paul Packolt. I'm the Spirits Tasting Director and the Proof Positive columnist for Wine Enthusiast. I'm also the editor of F. Paul Packolt Spirit Journal, judging director at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. And on Tuesday nights in Chinatown, I sing the national anthem at cockfights. You try and make it where you can. Times are tough. Tonight I'm here to present the Wine Enthusiast magazine Distiller of the Year Award for 2008. And I'm really, really happy to do this, I have to tell you. The serenely bucolic riverside village of Craigellachie in the Scottish Highlands region known as Speyside is home to several of my all-time favorite things. One is the Craigellachie Hotel on Victoria Street that looks out upon one of my other favorite things, the Spey River, Britain's quickest flowing river. Spanning the Spey from the village is yet another favorite thing of mine, Thomas Telford's marvelous steel bridge built in 1814. Now, in the name of research, I have crossed that bridge many times over the past 20 years, sometimes to get to the distilling home of our Distiller of the Year, the Macallan. Oh, and by the way, the Macallan is one of my favorite things as well. But I'm hardly alone on that account because since the Macallan's single malts are viewed the world over as iconic whiskeys, peerless quality, matchless pedigree. Maybe it's their curiously small, gleaming copper pot stills, or perhaps it's the pristine Highland water that they use, or maybe it's the top quality barley that they grow. Or maybe it's the way they painstakingly choose every single oak barrel for their aging process. Imported to the United States by Remy Cointreau USA, the Macallan is special for these and many, many other reasons. What I do know is this: there is no more respected whiskey distillery in Scotland than the Macallan. Respected for their portfolio of world-class whiskeys, for the manner in which they conduct business, and for their innovations and sense of adventure by being willing to create new expressions of malt whiskey. For all of these things and many, many more, the editors of Wine Enthusiast are proud and delighted and honored to name the Macallan as the magazine's Distiller of the Year for 2008.
Respected and admired by the world's most sophisticated and discerning whisky drinkers, the Macallan remains the single malt against which all others must be judged. This peerless reputation has been built by the masters of spirit and wood, those craftsmen at the heart of the Macallan since it was legally licensed in 1824. Today, we continue this long tradition, guided at all times by our 6 pillars, the unique elements that make the Macallan the malt. Built in 1700, Easter Elchies House is the spiritual home. This Jacobean manor house has proudly watched over the distillery since it was legally licensed in 1824. The unique size and shape of the curiously small stills play a vital role in delivering a rich, distinctive, new-make spirit. The finest cut is the starting point for all Macallan. We select the very best new-make spirit to fill our casks. In fact, only 16% of the distilled spirit is deemed good enough to mature into the Macallan. It is the exceptional oak casks which deliver the wonderful variety of colour, aroma, and flavour that is characteristic of the Macallan. We also have an unwavering insistence on natural colour. It is the interaction of spirit and wood alone which delivers the stunning diversity of colour. And finally, the peerless spirit. The Macallan is the most awarded and applauded single malt in the world, the single malt against which all others must be judged.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Ken Greer, who is accepting the award for the Macallan.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How do I follow some of the speeches that have gone before? I have a pretty well-crafted 2-minute speech, but I think I'm going to just divert a wee bit from that for a minute, because this is the 250th anniversary of the birth of Robert Burns. I come from the town where Robert Burns died, and there are a lot of farmers there. So I'm going to tell you a little joke about Scottish farmers. There was a guy called Joe Reid, who's a farmer from Dumfries, the town I come from. And his father had just passed away. Now, being a very parsimonious and careful Scot, he decided to go down to the newspaper office and place a death notice. So he said, well, how many words can I have for about 2 shillings? And they went, 3. So he got a pencil out from behind his ear and scribbled on a piece of paper and gave it to the girl. She said, you can't put that. He'd written, Fred Reid, deed. She said, you can't have that. So, tell you what, things are good at the minute pre-recession. Why don't we give you 6 words? So the guy takes the pencil out, writes down, passes it to this girl. And she went, I don't believe it. The guy had written, Fred Reid, deed, Volvo for sale. So, that says a little bit about Scots and about the parsimonious nature of what we do. But I feel slightly odd anyway being a Scotch guy at a wine evening, but I would really, really like to thank you on behalf of everyone at Macallan for this fantastic honour to receive this Wine Enthusiast Award. I mean, Distiller of the Year, particularly in the company of so many august people, is fantastic. I mean, it's great to thank the people who tirelessly work to produce, sell, market, and of course enjoy what we often think some people say is the Rolls-Royce of single malts. I would, in particular, like to really thank Tom Jensen and all the team at Remy Cointreau USA, who are fantastic business partners of ours, and we couldn't do it without It's very special for me, and I would like to thank Paul Pacult for his very kind opening remarks. I mean, Paul, to me, is a giant in the world of wines and spirits, and to be spoken of so highly in a craftsman with a pen like this is fantastic. And of course also to all the guys at Wine Enthusiast magazine. We've long hoped to be considered a whisky as complex as wine, and hopefully we've managed to do it. I mean, it's a great time for Scotch in particular. We've continued to grow. Macallan's grown a little bit ahead of the category, and for me as a passionate Scotch guy, it's a big thing. Hopefully the little video says for me what it's really all about. It's actually about what's in the glass. The difference is in the glass for you to see, for you to smell, and for you to enjoy. A lot of this is about product, and a lot of that video shows, hopefully, some of the painstaking care we take. But it's also about innovation, things like our new fine oak range, which is now growing at double the rate of the traditional core range. The great partnership we've had with our finery of vintages with people like Lalique, the crystal makers. And what I want you to do on Friday is to read your papers, look on the internet, because we have something just a little bit special happening in Los Angeles on Thursday night. So watch the press on Friday and you'll see a bit of a surprise. But in summary, it is about relentless investment in the best casks, commitment to producing the best, and dedication from our people. So thank you for this great award. I do hope you enjoy your evening. Many thanks.